Sustainable green and climate finance are closely related concepts that direct capital toward activities supporting environmental and social objectives. Sustainable finance broadly incorporates environmental, social, and governance (ESG) considerations into financial decision-making to promote long-term value creation and sustainable development. Green finance focuses specifically on projects that generate positive environmental outcomes, such as renewable energy, pollution prevention, energy efficiency, and biodiversity protection. Climate finance is a subset of green finance that targets activities addressing climate change, mitigation, and adaptation. Together, these financing approaches help mobilize private and public capital to support the transition toward more sustainable, resilient, and low-carbon economic systems. The application of sustainable, green, and climate finance spans multiple sectors and financial instruments. Governments use these financing mechanisms to support infrastructure development, renewable energy deployment, climate adaptation projects, and environmental conservation initiatives. Corporations access sustainable finance to fund emissions reductions, energy efficiency improvements, sustainable supply chains, and climate-related investments. Financial institutions integrate sustainability considerations into lending, investment, underwriting, and risk management activities. Development banks and multilateral institutions also play an important role by providing financing, guarantees, and technical assistance for sustainability projects. These applications demonstrate how finance increasingly serves as a critical enabler of environmental and climate-related objectives. Over the past decade, sustainable, green, and climate finance markets have experienced substantial growth. Investors, regulators, governments, corporations, and financial institutions increasingly recognize that sustainability-related factors can affect both financial performance and long-term economic stability. Capital flows into sustainable investment products, climate-focused funds, renewable energy projects, and sustainable infrastructure have expanded significantly. Regulatory developments, climate commitments, disclosure requirements, and stakeholder expectations have further accelerated demand for sustainable financing solutions. Although regional differences remain, global trends indicate increasing integration of sustainability considerations into mainstream financial markets, with sustainable finance becoming a major component of capital allocation and investment decision-making. Green, social, and sustainable bonds have emerged as important instruments within sustainable finance markets. Green bonds raise capital exclusively for projects that deliver environmental benefits, including renewable energy, energy efficiency, clean transportation, sustainable water management, and climate adaptation initiatives. Social bonds finance projects that generate positive social outcomes, such as affordable housing, healthcare, education, employment programs, and community development. Sustainable bonds combine both environmental and social objectives within a single financing instrument. These bonds allow issuers to access dedicated pools of sustainability-focused capital while providing investors with opportunities to support projects aligned with environmental and social priorities. To promote credibility and consistency in green bond markets, the International Capital Market Association developed the Green Bond Principles (GBP). These voluntary guidelines provide a framework for issuing green bonds and enhancing transparency. The principles help issuers communicate environmental objectives clearly while giving investors greater confidence regarding the use of proceeds. The GBP are widely recognized internationally and have become a foundational reference for green bond issuance. By encouraging standardized reporting and disclosure practices, the principles contribute to market integrity, reduce the risk of greenwashing, and support the continued growth of sustainable debt markets. The green bond principles are built around four core components. The first is use of proceeds, which requires bond proceeds to be allocated exclusively to eligible green projects. The second is process for project evaluation and selection, which explains how projects are identified and assessed against environmental objectives. The third is management of proceeds, which ensures transparent tracking and allocation of funds. The fourth is reporting, which requires issuers to provide regular updates regarding project implementation, allocation of proceeds, and environmental impacts. Together, these components promote transparency, accountability, investor confidence, and the effective deployment of capital toward environmentally sustainable activities.